This is an article that came out in CNN Politics. Donald Trump, who is just your old timey kind of racist, you know, the kind that got taught everything about themselves being superior, which is simply not true. I mean, these people can't even stand in the sun for a half hour without burning to a crisp. But they're told everything about them is the best and their genetics are the best. And although our two eyes see contrary to what they're trying to tell us, but this is where Donald Trump comes from, a old trust fund baby that never had to lift a finger in his life, didn't care about educating himself, didn't care about applying himself, but everything, because of the way this society is set up, is just handed to him because he sure didn't earn nothing. Handed to him. And have such arrogance and inflated ego that you just can't bring him back down to earth now. So he is high on lies, like many like himself, high on lies. This came out January 12th, 2018. Trump decries immigrants from shithole countries coming to America. And he was mainly talking about Haiti and Africa. I tell you what, Trump, all of the Europeans and the Western nations like America, why don't y'all all just pack it all up and get out of Africa and stop raping the resources out of there? From now on, you depend on the resources in your own country, which you know you don't have any. Okay? Everybody in America ain't checking for no coal mines. Okay? We're just not. So get out of Africa. All of you that feel that way, get out of Africa. Stop touching the resources over there. Stop going over there on vacation, because we know many of you white people do that. You just try to discourage black folks from going to Africa. And keep your butts out of there. Get your people out of there, because they're not native to Africa. None of you are. Nobody native to Africa got pale skin. So get yourselves out of there. Don't take any more diamonds out of there. Don't take the oil. Don't take the cobalt. Don't take the platinum, the uranium, all that stuff that you just love. In fact, your computer wouldn't even work if it wasn't for Africa. The entire continent. You see the size of it, right? The whole thing sits on oil. Every single nation in Africa has oil. They have endless supplies of silver, nickel, gold. I tell you, it must be something to it. The Most High gave the people with dark skin the resources, and the people with pale skin got nothing. Nothing. He gave you nations with damn near no resources. Okay, please tell me what resources come from the cave. You don't have oil there. You don't have a diamond mine there. You have absolutely nothing. So where you came from, those regions over there in the Caucasus Mountains, tell me all of the great resources from those caves that you are now giving to the entire world, or the world can buy from you. None. None. And the longer we live, we can certainly understand why you came about with nothing. Because all you do is go around taking what everybody else have. and then yet turn around and call everybody else uncivilized. So we got this man, this racist that was voted in unanimously by white America in office. Trump expressed frustration behind closed doors with people coming to the U.S. from shithole countries. Sources told CNN on Thursday, and this all fits Donald Trump's character. Remember, he tried to say, after the Charlottesville incident, that there are good people in these white nationalist groups. They are good people, y'all. Good people. One of the sources briefed on Thursday's Oval Office meeting and lawmakers confirmed Trump asked, why do we want all these people from shithole countries coming here? Boy, only if the Indians back in the day would have asked that same question. A person familiar with the meeting said Illinois Democratic Senator Dick Durbin and South Carolina GOP Senator Lindsey Graham brought a plan to Trump that involved cutting the visas lottery in half and the behest of the Congressional Black Caucus. The rest would go underrepresented countries in Africa and temporary protective status nations, including Haiti. The person said the language was salty on both sides. Because this is how they really feel. You know, it makes me laugh, though, in a way, because they'll talk all this stuff about they want America. Technically, they really want America to be a white nation, but it's a little hard to make a nation white when it did not start out as white, and it's never been all white, and it never will be all white. Just speaking some reality to you. Okay, one person briefed on the meeting said when Durbin got to Haiti, Trump began to ask why we want people from Haiti and more Africans in the U.S. and added that the U.S. should get more people from countries like Norway. Okay, that doesn't even make any sense, y'all. Okay, Norway actually gets more perks than the US. Why would somebody give those perks up and come to the US and live here and spend astronomical amounts of money that they don't even have to spend in Norway? They get free health care. They got better maternity leave. They got better unemployment. Even when they're unemployed, they got a better deal on unemployment than they do here in America. Their healthcare system is free. Why would they give all of that up and come live in America and then come and pay an arm and a leg? See, that's the problem. Maybe you would have attracted more people like Norwegians if you would have had free healthcare, but you refused to do it out of greed. Nobody's going to give up what they have and come here and spend an arm and a leg. That's why you have a limited amount of people coming from those nations, because when they think about what they have to give up, they won't come here. America is not the land that everybody think it is. And plus, I think a lot of people are catching on to your American dream and realizing, especially because I've spoken to many foreigners, after they got here and set up shop in America, America was not what they thought it would be. And they're talking about all of the racism here. And I've heard that from many foreigners. People get over here from these other countries and they're really shocked at how poor America does socially. That's and I've said it before and I'll say it again. When it comes down to social issues, America gets an F for letting centuries and centuries go by without resolving many of its issues. Now, you can talk all that, kick people out and go back to Africa and all that stuff, but get out of your dreamland and step into reality. You have never tried to resolve some of the most major issues, especially on race in this country. This is why America is in the shape that it's in. And then you want to turn around and blame everybody else for it, and it's really your fault. Racism did not start with black people. Racism came from white folks. And in all these centuries, you have done absolutely nothing to correct it because you like it. You don't keep something in place that you don't like. You like it. But you may look good on the surface, but once you get past all of the superficial things, y'all look ugly, very ugly. Period. And see, things are changing. I even watch many of the UN meetings. The way the other countries are talking to America now, there's a lot to be lost because of the social situation in America. People are no longer letting you get away with pointing out human rights in other nations, and they're looking at your police shootings and pointing that back out in your face. See, you got away with all that human rights talk for many, many, many decades. But those other countries are now giving you pushback. And you deserve that pushback too. You don't have the status that you used to have in the world. America is slipping. You don't believe it? Watch some of those UN meetings. America is slipping. Those other countries aren't even afraid when you talk all that pulling your money, because that's the only thing you really got when you really think about it, is some fiat cash that's not backed by anything. A lot of people are seeing through that too. That's why these countries are like, well, go ahead and pull your money. Go ahead and pull it. Who the hell needs a person that's going to use money as a weapon? Go ahead and take your shit. That's what many people are saying now. Take your money. We're not going to give you this money and that money. Well, go ahead. Take your money. Many of these countries are in so well with each other. They're going to take care of those countries that you refuse to fund. Look at all the sanctions that you have put on North Korea, and they're still going strong and got a nuclear program, and you keep sitting at a table talking about some sanctions, and you got places like China and Russia that's helping them out. So what good are your sanctions if you got another big country that's trying to become a major superpower in the world that's helping them out? China has always helped North Korea out. Don't be stupid. And all of your sanctions, always at some table trying to throw more sanctions, and they still building up a nuclear program. So nobody cares about your money pulling and your sanctions anymore, especially on, countries that are strong. You ain't the strongest nation anymore, America. You really, truly aren't. But many egos out here are trying to tell you that you're something that you're simply not. Okay, so a person familiar with what was said at the meeting told CNN that Trump also said, "Why do we need more Haitians? Take them out." Yeah, I know. Every time we turn our TVs on, it's them damn Haitians committing all the crimes. No, it's Americans committing more crimes than many of these immigrants are. But let's move on. Trump was taping a message in the state's dining room on Thursday afternoon for Martin Luther King's Jr. Day as the story was breaking, an official said. Another official said Trump expressed to aides within the hour that the media was blowing his comment out of proportion. Trump always crying about the media, what the media is doing to him. I never seen any president always crying about the damn media the way we see Trump do it. Trump is always carrying on and crying like a big damn baby over the media. Just do the job of the presidency, Trump. If we could only get you to do work, even a shred of work, do some damn work up in there already. Stop worrying about the media. Do some work. The Washington Post first reported on Trump's comment in the Oval Office, which the Post said shocked lawmakers in attendance. I'm not shocked. I remember Trump from his New York days. I'm not shocked. And I'm sure there's plenty more from where that came from, ladies and gentlemen. Just sit back and grab the popcorn. He is about to spill all of their white supremacist ills to the entire planet. He sure don't know how to stay on code, does he? Reach for a comment about the article. White House spokesman Raj Shah did not deny the shithole remark, but instead said in a statement that Trump is fighting for permanent solutions that make our country stronger by welcoming those who can contribute to our society. So you're saying that when Africans come here and Haitians come here, they're not working, they're just coming here and becoming a big burden? Because I saw an awful lot of Africans and Haitians in corporate America when I was working out there. So you mean to tell me you have to be white to be a contributor to American society? Because that's really what he's saying. Just like when they always imply working hard is white people, which is the most laughable thing when white people have a history of not working, especially during chattel slavery. It's documented. White people did not work. See, that's why they keep kicking up all this dust about working hard, y'all, because they know their history and they have a history of not working in this country for centuries. So that's why they're always kicking up all this dust about working hard and I work hard for what I have and all that stuff because they know their history. That's why they keep doing that. Okay. One of the sources told CNN that White House advisor Stephen Miller was at the meeting and the White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, who is very much like Trump. So John Kelly is a racist, and you can just he permeates it. 10 part, but probably not all of the meeting. The Trump administration late last year announced it would end the TPS designation for Haiti, a move that could affect tens of thousands of Haitian immigrants. Um, Likewise, the Department of Homeland Security on Monday announced it would put the end of protection for more than 200,000 Salvadorians. And on Thursday, the White House rejected a bipartisan immigration proposal, including a fix for people protected under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival Program. Those are immigrants that arrived in America as children. Okay? They were still underage children, not adults. So, in other words, anybody in America that is an immigrant with black or brown skin, Trump believes you come from a shithole and you need to get the hell out of here. And that pretty much sums it all up. It's just no need in going on. I'm not even going to go on with the article with this song and dance because there is no fixing what he said. You know, Trump is the product of white America. They were the ones that wanted this man in. Everything that he says, remember, goes out worldwide. This man is the most mocked president I have ever seen in my life. There is no country, very few countries on this planet right now that respects America because of Trump. Well, for a lot of the foreign policies that you have, which really sucks in the world. And Trump is just, ooh, he is an icing on your racist cake. He is the gift that keeps on giving. This man has more foot in the mouth moments than anyone I have ever seen in my life. But see, Trump is a very undisciplined person. That's the problem with him. And we're now seeing the rich side of things. Many of these rich people with degrees, their parents bought those degrees. They didn't care about education because they were rich and felt they did not have to out being the most educated. And we are also seeing white male privilege at its finest. This is what we're seeing in Trump. Okay? So you can clearly see just because somebody got a family and they're a trust fund baby do not mean they are the smartest. It does not mean they have the best mind. It does not mean they are going to do the best work. It just simply means that their racism can be on high and nobody will ever come along and check him because he's a white male with money. So it's revealing a lot, not only about racism, but about what many of these trust fund babies are like in America. Many of them are probably very much like Trump. You ever notice that you hear the most derogatory statement from these alleged over-the-hill white males? It's not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. This is all that ingrained racism that's coming out to the surface. But I want to thank Trump because he's going to pull the Band-Aid off of many things when it comes down to these folks. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on that notification bell. And please join me over on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. You will see the links to my channel on both of those websites in the comment section. Peace, family.